You've spent decades working, saving, sacrificing, and now you're finally at or near retirement. This is the stage of life where your money is supposed to start working for you, not the other way around. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to say out loud. One wrong decision with your savings right now could quietly cost you thousands of dollars over the next few years. And that's exactly why this question matters more than ever in 2026. Should you keep your money in a high yield savings account or lock it into a CD? Which one actually pays more? And more importantly, which one protects you? Let's be very clear about something. This is not just about interest rates. This is about access, control, safety, and peace of mind. Because when you're retired or close to it, you don't have time to make it back if you get this wrong. So let's walk through it together. Right now in 2026, interest rates are still relatively elevated compared to what we saw just a few years ago. That means both high yield savings accounts and CDs are offering returns that actually feel meaningful again. You might see a high yield savings account offering around 4% to 5% annually. At the same time, CDs, depending on the term, might offer something similar, sometimes slightly higher, maybe 5% to 6%. So at first glance, CDs seem like the winner. Higher rate, more money, simple choice, right? Not so fast. Because what matters isn't just what they promise, it's what they allow you to do. A high yield savings account is exactly what it sounds like. Your money sits there, it earns interest daily or monthly, and you can access it anytime. No penalties, no waiting, no restrictions. You wake up tomorrow, you need money for an emergency, a medical expense, or even to help family, you can get to it immediately. That flexibility is not just convenient. For retirees, it's critical. Now let's talk about CDs, certificates of deposit. With a CD, you agree to lock your money away for a fixed period. That could be 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, even 5 years. In exchange, the bank gives you a fixed interest rate. Sounds stable, sounds safe, and it is to a point. But here's the catch. The moment you lock that money in, you lose flexibility. If something unexpected happens, and let's be honest, in retirement, something always does. You can't just pull your money out without paying a penalty. And those penalties can wipe out months of interest, sometimes more. So now you have to ask yourself a very honest question. Do you value squeezing out a slightly higher return? Or do you value having control over your money? Because you don't get both with a CD, now let's talk about fear, real fear. One of the biggest fears retirees have is running out of money. And that fear doesn't come from not earning enough interest. It comes from not having access when you need it. Imagine this. You lock $100,000 into a 3-year CD because it's offering a great rate. A year later, something happens. Maybe healthcare costs go up. Maybe inflation spikes again. Maybe your living expenses change. Now your money is stuck. And to get it, you have to pay a penalty. That's not just inconvenient, that's stressful. And stress is the last thing you should be dealing with in retirement. Now let's flip the situation. You keep that same $100,000 in a high yield savings account. Yes, maybe you're earning slightly less interest, but you have full access, full control, full peace of mind. And let me tell you something that many people overlook. Peace of mind has a financial value because when you feel secure, you make better decisions. Now, here's where things get interesting in 2026. Interest rates are not guaranteed to stay high forever. If rates start to drop, high yield savings accounts will adjust downward quickly. CDs, on the other hand, lock in your rate. So, in a falling rate environment, CDs can actually win. You secure a higher rate today and you keep it even when savings account rates go down. That's the one big advantage CDs have. But again, it comes at the cost of flexibility. So now you're facing a trade off. Do you want guaranteed returns or do you want guaranteed access? And the answer isn't the same for everyone. If you're someone who already has a strong emergency fund, fully liquid, easily accessible, and you know you won't need a portion of your money for a specific period, then yes, a CD could make sense for that portion. But notice what I said, a portion, not all, because putting all your money into CDs is not a strategy. It's a gamble on your future being perfectly predictable. And life doesn't work that way. Now let's talk about a smarter approach. Instead of choosing one or the other, you can use both. This is called a layered or laddered strategy. You keep a solid amount of cash in a high yield savings account. This is your safety net, your flexibility fund, your peace of mind money. Then, if you want to take advantage of higher CD rates, you put smaller portions into CDs with different maturity dates. Maybe one matures in 6 months, another in 12 months, another in 18 months. That way, your money isn't locked all at once. It's coming back to you in stages. You maintain access while still capturing higher rates. That's how you balance security and growth. Now, here's the question you really need to ask yourself. What is this money for? Is it your emergency fund? Is it money you'll need in the next 1 to 2 years? Or is it money you truly won't touch for a while? Because the purpose of the money should determine where it goes. Emergency money, that belongs in a high yield savings account, no exceptions. Short term needs, also savings. Longer term predictable funds, that's where CDs can come in. But never, ever sacrifice access for a slightly higher return if it puts you in a vulnerable position. Because at this stage of life, protecting your money matters more than growing it aggressively. So, which pays more in 2026? On paper, CDs might offer slightly higher rates, but in real life, the better choice is the one that gives you control, flexibility, and peace of mind. And for most retirees, that's going to be a high yield savings account, at least for the majority of their cash. If you choose to use CDs, do it strategically, do it in layers, and never lock away money you might need. Because the goal here isn't just to earn interest. The goal is to sleep well at night knowing your money is working for you and available when you need it most. That's what true financial security looks like. And that's the decision that matters.